Good evening and welcome to the main news, coming to you live from our Pockets Hill studios. It is a beautiful Christmas Eve. My name is Tari Maramike with Piswe Jomunika at the Sign Language Desk.
It's indeed good to have you join us tonight. I'm Justin Mahlatla, and wherever you are joining us from, and if you are in Zimbabwe for the Christmas holidays, we want to say to you, welcome home. We'll be joined later on by other events from our Montrose studios. But first, let's take a look at our leading stories.
President Emmerson Mnangagwa calls for responsible behavior during the holiday break.
In business, government sets ambitious target to double gold output in 2025.
And in sport, Farai Jere puts football first, accepting verdict barring him from contesting FIFA presidency.
Well, it's indeed Christmas Eve, and Christians from all over the world are getting ready to celebrate this special day.
Indeed. Now, let's take a look at the leading story tonight. It's Christmas Eve, I beg your pardon, as Zimbabweans reflect on the 2024 plan for the new year. The first citizen, President Emmerson Mnangagwa, has called for responsible behavior during the holiday break as he wishes the nation a Merry Christmas.
Christmas is a time to be merry, a time to celebrate, and a time to be with family for most people. This is the season associated with a lot of spending, as some go all out to make each Christmas a memorable one. It is also a season to spread kindness to one another and give to the less privileged. President Mnangagwa has good wishes for Zimbabweans across the globe for this Christmas.
I wish all fellow citizens at home and abroad a Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2025. May the new year ahead bring hope and greater prosperity for our motherland, Zimbabwe.
While it's a time to celebrate, the Christmas holiday is also associated with numerous accidents. In the days leading up to Christmas on different platforms, President Mnangagwa has been consistent on the message for Zimbabweans to be careful on the roads and to exercise extreme caution. While in Chiweshe recently, the head of state had some words of wisdom for road users. He appealed to all drivers to aspire not to be counted among those who cause accidents.
Kana tomwa tipedene patinovata kuti kana wangomwa unovata hako mangwano muka zvakanaka. Nokuti nguva ino yeChristmas neyeNew Year njodzi dzinowanda pai mumigwagwa. Toda kuti Kisimisi neNew Year zvipfuure zvakanaka. Njodzi dzite shoma pamugwagwa. Vachairi vedzimotikari tokumbirai kuti muremekedze muraire migwagwa. Muremekedze ava vanenge vachifambawo mumigwagwa. Mota dzenyu ngadzive dzinokodzera kufamba mumigwagwa. Nokuti gore negore tinowanza kuwana ndufu dzakati kwirirei panguva yeKisimusi nenguva yeNew Year. Umwe neumwe ngatiye gore rino handidi kuwanikwa ndiri pane avo vachaitisa njodzi mumugwagwa.
Police are also maintaining a heavy presence on the country's roads to ensure law and order. Josephine Mugio, ZBC News, Harare.
Nations, including rural homes, characterized Christmas Eve across the country this Tuesday.
It's Christmas Eve and the excitement is palpable. Zimbabweans from across the country are eager to reunite with their loved ones. And where else can they embark the journey except the bustling Mbare Musika bus terminus. In Harare, the sound of chatter, hooting, music fills the air as people make way with one goal to get home for Christmas, while it's brisk business for vendors and transport operators alike. While unscrupulous operators have taken advantage of the situation to hike fares, transport operators at Mbare Musika have not been moved as there is enough fleet.
Mabhazi akawanda zvekuti vanhu variko sanhasi Mbare zvavo mabhazi anga chinonoka kupinda kuti mapurisa vanga vachiinspekta mabhazi vachiona kuti ane mapemits here, ane zvakakwana here.
Madrivers edu nemaconductors our crew edu tavaudza kuti fambai nevanhu zvakanaka. At the same time we are inspecting our vehicles.
The buses depart, commuters travel with the reminder that Christmas is not just about receiving gifts, but sharing laughter and the reunion with loved ones.
I'm here at the long-distance bus terminus, popularly known as Erenkini, where scores of people are gathered and they're jostling for transport ahead of the Christmas that is there tomorrow. Many people have come from far and wide, from outside the country, and they're here to get transport to go meet their friends and their family members tomorrow.
In Bulawayo, the long-distance bus terminus, popularly known as Renkini, was a hive of activity, with passengers more than ready to go to their rural homes for the festivities.
Ngizwa ngijabule kakhulu mangisiye ekhaya, so into engijabulise kakhulu ukuthi izulu linile njalo futhi ngizofika ngilima ngenzele ngibone le family yami labadala ekhaya ayibajabulile.
Ngizwa ngilokujabula kakhulu ukuthi namhla sekhaya nje. Hayi ukuthi nje amabhasi agcwele kuyaphithizela, sikhuleka nje ukuthi singawelwa zingozi, sihambe kuhle.
Namhlanje ngithabe kakhulu, lilanga elihle kakhulu, ngithabe lilanga la kusasa ukuthi sidlale kuhle ikhisimusi.
Ngijabule kakhulu ukuthi ngekhaya ngiyobona ogogo labantwana, isikhathi sokuthi sihlangane sijabule, umoya wami ujabule kakhulu.
For many, Christmas is a time to meet and reconnect with relatives and friends, and a time to celebrate the birth of Jesus.
Takamirira kudya jet.
Isimo sinzima kodwa njengobaba njengabazali kuqakathekile ukuthi onkonana sibona onkonana leli langa nxa lifika there is something for imuli.
Despite it having been a hard year for different people, people have managed to mix whatever money that they have, and some have come all the way from outside the country to come and meet with their family and their friends for this Christmas holiday.
The government says the meet and greet concept, where tourists are welcomed personally by the Ministry of Tourism and Hospitality Industry, is as a result of a transformative growth plan for the sector.
The Tourism Meet and Greet initiative has excited tourists who express joy at the country's hospitality approach. Many visiting Zimbabwe's tourism capital, Victoria Falls, testify of a great welcoming moment, which is unique and places the country at the pinnacle of destinations to visit.
I'm Karishma. I'm traveling from California, USA, and I'm visiting Zimbabwe to see the Victoria Falls. And thank you for the amazing gifts. We love it.
From California, USA, come to Zimbabwe. It's a very good time. A lot of adventure. Do the rafting. It's amazing.
When we landed at the airport, we were greeted with beautiful smiles. They gave us some cold water and some cold drinks. So that was amazing. I absolutely love being here, and I'm looking forward to coming back again.
It's really nice and I really like it.
To government, this is a plan conceived and carefully crafted over time. It simply involves direct contact with the visitors in a truly Zimbabwean way.
We ran this program last year as a pilot, and this year, starting from now, we are going to be running this program throughout the year during the peak season of tourists in our country. I'm very happy to say it's amazing how people love to come to Zimbabwe.
Known for its great hospitality, Zimbabwe also offers unique tourism packages which attract both domestic and foreign visitors. The country always records high arrival figures in the festive season, with most of its destinations fully booked during the period. A proudly welcome to Zimbabwe moment is the crucial icing on the cake, as it sets tourists for a once-in-a-lifetime adventures only experienced in the country's naturally endowed beauty moments. Mhlamuli Ncube, ZBC News, Victoria Falls.
Well, it looks like everyone is spreading the Christmas cheer everywhere, but perhaps not so for Harare because it's a dry Christmas for Harare residents, as most suburbs in the capital have gone for weeks without water.
Buckets and long queues for water have become the order of the day for most suburbs in Harare, as they have gone for 2 weeks without the precious liquid. Most residential areas in the western and southern suburbs are getting a reprieve from well-wishers who have opened their boreholes to them.
This whole area is Wesley, Warren Park, and other places around.
Hatisina kana mvura kana tizive tichauya kana haichauye hatichatozive neholiday ino takutotyakorera chaiyo.
Ndabva all the way from waterfalls kutsvaga mvura kunoku. When you look at it kweda kutorina kana patokwanisa kuchera mvura panze. Ntano almost a week tisina kana mvura.
Inini hangu ndabva kuWesley anye mvura nyaya yakatotomira zvinonatsomira zvakanaka dai paitwa plan tawanawo mvura. Wezizvo zvikuru kupisa tichidawo mvura dzekunwa even kuti ugare usina kugeza plus matoilets ndo anyanyotiuraya.
Harare Mayor Jacob Mafume says the local authority is working on strategies to improve water supply in the capital city.
Remember, it was a lake that was built in 1959 for 200,000 people. It is now serving over 2 million people, and it's part of our sewer reticulation system. We should build a new water source, which is being done in Kunzi by government. We should draw more water from Manyame.
In a somewhat sad coincidence, as the residents waited to fetch the precious liquid, a downpour descended on them, and they could not do much except to enjoy the wash as they needed water back home. Memory Chamisa, ZBC News, Harare.
The government has declared war on corrupt and unlicensed driving schools, citing their contribution to rising road traffic accidents. We get more details in the upcoming report.
Government is instituting strategies to reduce road traffic accidents, as nearly 2,000 fatalities and over 10,000 injuries are recorded annually. Corrupt driving schools who employ unqualified instructors and operate without licenses have been cited as a cause for concern. Officiating at the 2024 festive season road traffic awareness campaign recently, Transport and Infrastructure Development Minister Honorable Felix Mauna revealed the net is closing on unscrupulous driving schools.
We've seen mushrooming of driving schools. Driving school. We are saying again registration of driving schools. Associations, we are going to be tough through our RMT again, so that we've order.
Honorable Mona also warned the public against bribing vehicle inspectorate department officials to ensure safety on the country's roads.
On a separate forum, we were talking about VID and my teams. And I was saying VID, and some officer wangu VID achitora mari. And it's true. Because our minister, this is not washandira vanhu vaone munhu wekudriving school. This vanopa isusu mari tozovapa. So we are saying the conduit pipe. This is what we are working on. So driving schools, we must enforce good ethics. So I think we must go deeper. Kuno train wa munhu. One kwava whether it's oral, then VID.
According to police, more than 20 people have reportedly perished due to road traffic accidents since the beginning of the 2024 festive season holidays. Peter Chivima, ZBC News, Harare.
Zimbabwe's healthcare sector has significantly advanced, with over 1,000 healthcare facilities embracing digital health technologies to transform the health services countrywide.
The Impilo Electronic Health Records EHRS system, which was piloted in Uzumba Marambapfungwe district in 2016, is now available in over 1,100 health centers countrywide. According to Deputy Director of Health Informatics and Data Analytics, Dr. Robert Gongora, government is committed to expanding digital health services to all healthcare facilities.
If a person moves from one healthcare facility to another, their record should follow them. Of course, it's a transition because the faster we roll out internet connectivity, the faster your record will move with you. But we have already developed applications that will also enable, for the first time, the patient to have their personal health record on their phone.
Mashonaland East has been at the forefront of the digital healthcare journey, with nearly all health facilities in the province now using the electronic health record system.
What we have also realized or benefited from the electronic health records is the improvement in terms of quality of care or adherence to set standards. Because within the electronic health records, there is a clinical decision support mechanism that when one healthcare worker inputs certain symptoms, they are assisted by the system to conduct certain standard investigations.
It also shows us the minimum and maximum order. So when we reach the minimum order, it reflects that we are now in the minimum, below the minimum order. And when we reach the emergency order point, that's 1 month of stock. It also reflects that we are now below the emergency ordering point.
EHR inotibatsira kuti tinenge tichiona mafambiro ari kuita kana vari mai tichiona mafambiro ari kuita mimba yavo kuti iri kufamba sei, tiri pamaweeks mangani. EHR inongoti musi wauya mudzimai tikangomuregister yototiratidza kuti akapedzera kuteera musi wakati, zuva racha tiri kutarisira kuti anozvara nderakati.
Zimbabwe's digital healthcare program is poised to revolutionize the country's healthcare landscape, making quality medical care more accessible and efficient. Abigail Tembo, ZBC News, Mutawatawa.
Youth in Harare are scaling up the fight against drug and substance abuse by engaging in various sporting and cultural activities.
In a proactive effort to combat the scourge of drug and substance abuse, hundreds of youths are converged in Harare for a multifaceted campaign that combined sports, cultural activities, and educational workshops to fight the scourge.
Muno muHarare tanetseka nenyaya dzemadrugs. Mayouth vari kupinda mune zvinodhaka. Zvimwe zvacho kuri kushaya zvekuita. Asi tikawana vanhu vane rudo nevechidiki vanotirongera maprograms anenge akadai kuti vana vanowana nguva yekutamba bhora, vanowana nguva yekuita maactivities. Izvozvi zvinotirujisira kuti vana vasangofunga kutora zvinodhaka.
We have a combination of partners. The Zimbabwe National Army is also involved in this program. The Zimbabwe Republic Police is also involved, and the community also is involved.
The event featured a series of activities such as musical performances, poetry, and sporting competitions that include soccer and netball, drawing teams from various schools and community groups.
Taita cancer yapinda munyika yenyaya yemadrugs. Vana vedu vapera, saka panapa paitwa nyaya ye-drug abuse kuti tidzidzise vana kuti kudya zvinoyadhaka hazvina zvazvinobatsira. Asi nhasi hatisi kudzidzisa vana chete, tiri kudzidzisa nyangwe nevabereki, nokuti kwaane vamwe vaya bereki vakungosiya vana vachiita mombe dzemawishanga.
Participants highlighted the importance of the initiative in addressing the scourge of drug and substance abuse.
Nayo mitambo iyi yatibatsira pakuti nguva yekuti tizoenda kunoungana tichiita zvinodhakwa hatiiwani, tinoungana nguva zhinji tiri kune zvemitambo.
Mutambo wakanakira kuti tikawana anotidzidzisa manje nezvemadrugs tokwanisa kuona zvazvakaipira zvemadrugs zvinova zvinoderedza kutorwa kwemadrugs.
Government has since set up an interministerial committee on drug and substance abuse aimed at implementing medium to long-term measures to fight the scourge which is affecting the youth dividend. John Nandara, ZBC News, Harare.
Now, for these and more stories, be sure to check out our website. That's www.zbcnews.co.zw. You can also follow us on our social media platforms. That's on X, on Facebook, as well as YouTube at ZBC News Online.
And here are stories still to come in this bulletin. business news, government sets ambitious target to double gold output in 2025. In sport, Farai Jere puts football first, accepting verdict barring him from contesting ZIFA presidency. We'll return with the details and more. Stay with us.
Zimbabwe, 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 travel Zimbabwe.
Our meet and greet program is going on very well. Ever since we're here, we've been meeting many people coming back in from outside. A lot of them are diasporans, but with us, tourism also want the diasporans to come back and still experience the Zimbabwe that we have.
Listen, there's no country, I've traveled everywhere, but one thing I can confirm, there's no country like Zimbabwe. That's how blessed we are. And we don't realize it until we're outside. Yeah, 100%.
We're having a lot of people coming from South Africa, Australia, the United States, directly into Bulawayo, at Kwamoko Airport, Joshua Airport.
Hi, I'm Nomakuku Machaze from Bulawayo, Zimbabwe. I'm happy to be home after 3 years. So, yeah.
It's been 3 years since I went outside of the country. I've been missing home so much. I'm excited to see my parents, my siblings, the whole family. I'm excited to explore the place once again, to see new places that were not here when I left. I'm just excited about everything. I can't wait to taste the food, because the food from where I'm coming from is not that nice, and it tastes different from the food from home.
And it's exciting times for tourism. As we're saying, the more visitors, it means the more work for us in our department. And we're here at the airport with team tourism. We're dealing with Joshua Airport and Plumtree border posts. And the numbers are swelling. It's out of this world. It's exciting.
Travel and experience Zimbabwe this festive season. Zimbo.
If you drink, be responsible.
The Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education, Innovation, Science and Technology Development, Honorable Ambassador Dr. Frederick M. Shaba, Deputy Minister Honorable Simelisizwe Sibanda, and Permanent Secretary Professor Fanuel Tagwira, Chief Directors, Directors and the entire staff, join His Excellency President Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa and the entire nation in commemorating Unity Day. Today, we celebrate the unity that strengthens our nation and reaffirm our commitment to upholding the values of oneness, tolerance, and mutual respect. As we strive for excellence in education, innovation, science, and technology, we recognize the critical role unity plays in achieving our national objectives. We honor the sacrifices of our heroes and heroines who fought for our independence and freedom. Let us continue to draw strength from our unity, remembering that a united Zimbabwe is a powerful Zimbabwe. Happy Unity Day!
Everybody needs a little time away. I heard her say from each other. After all that we've been through, I will make it up to you. I promise to.
Thank you for staying with us. Government says sufficient progress has been made in the growth of the media sector in line with the aspirations of Vision 2030.
As
2024 comes to an end, the government has made tremendous strides across various sectors. And today we are delving into the information, publicity and broadcasting sector. And I have a conversation with the Minister, Honorable Dr. Jenfan Muswere, to discuss about issues affecting his portfolio. Good day, Honorable Minister.
Hi, how are you, Olin?
What strides have been made towards alignment of various media laws with the Supreme Law?
The Constitution reflects a lot in terms of Section 61 and Section 62. It reflects on freedom of expression, it reflects on freedom of the media, and also access to information. So the first step that the new dispensation managed to achieve was to repeal IPA, which in many quarters, in terms of the media fraternity, it was deemed draconian. So that was the first step. The second step was to ensure that we deal with media polarization through ensuring that we open up the media space, the liberalization of the media industry by bringing on board new radio, television, and many other print and online media organizations as part of the new governance architecture in order to allow for many voices, diversity and pluralism across the board. This has been part of the achievements under the leadership of President Idi Mnangagwa. So the current legislative and policy interventions that we have introduced, and in particular the amendments on the Broadcasting Services Act, Chapter 12.06, the principles that have just been approved by Cabinet, all the principles that we've introduced to Cabinet which were approved is in order to strengthen and allow the Commission to be able to conduct its business in terms of the Constitution of Zimbabwe. But at the same time, the amendments that we've done, the first reading in Parliament and public hearings are ongoing. So all these legislative changes and interventions that we have also introduced to Cabinet and got approvals, and now going through the Attorney General's office and also the current Broadcasting Services Act, which is going through public hearings by the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee.
Zimbabwe comes first, and you've also highlighted the issue of the Broadcasting Services Amendment Bill currently going under public hearings. Can you unpack for us progress that has been made in the specific broadcasting sector? We have seen the coming on board of new players within this sector.
Yes, so much progress has been achieved in terms of the mainstream media. I've just been having discussions this quarter with a number of chief executive officers and editors, and they've indicated to us as a ministry that so much progress has been ushered by the liberalization of the media industry. Yes, most of the new radio and television stations have started in earnest, and we see 2025 as a turning point where they will develop better business models in order to ensure that the media sector continues to grow. But principally, the game changer is the commencement of Zim Digital Phase 2 project, because the current challenges in terms of transmedia as a signal carrier is that we've had 38% in terms of geographical coverage, in terms of television services, and 62% for radio. So the relaunch, which we'll conduct in 2025 in terms of Vision 2030, will ensure that we'll achieve 100% in terms of our media sovereignty. It will ensure that the infrastructure, the transmission infrastructure and equipment will be deployed across the whole country, starting in particular with the border areas. as we seek to ensure that we achieve information ubiquity.
Investments into the media landscape, issues of national identity, and the spread and of information from across the communities. These were some of the discussions we have just had with the Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services.
The fast-growing tourism and hospitality industry in Mashonaland Central is optimistic of cashing in on Christmas Day, which is the peak period for most entertainment and leisure facilities. More details in the next report.
2024 has been a good year for the tourism industry in Mashonaland Central Province, which was largely untapped with a number of new players coming onto the scene. The tourism players are going all out to promote domestic tourism this festive season. Stone and Water Resort General Manager Akwelin Zuze said the Gweru Leisure Sport is ready for Christmas festivities.
We are very much prepared for large numbers that we're expecting to come in tomorrow. There have been bookings and reservations that have been made, and we're still expecting more to come in. And my team is up and running. The festive season is important to us because this is when we get large numbers of people at once. And as a result, we have to make sure that everyone is happy. They're having a great time, great ambience. So to us, this is when we give a great experience so that people can come back again.
Makumbiri Game Park Director Jeff Tamgweni said a host of activities have been lined up at the park for local and international visitors, with over 200 bookings made for Christmas.
Preparation for Christmas at Makumbiri Game Park started way back in August 2024, and everything is certainly in place. So far, we have 220 guests who have confirmed that they're coming on Christmas Day to Makumbiri Game Park, but we are expecting upwards of 300 visitors coming from Harare, Mashonaland Central, or even as far as Johannesburg. We've got a few people coming from South Africa.
Government has been promoting domestic tourism and recently launched the Travel Zimbabwe campaign in Mazoe to promote the visiting of local destinations and increased festive spending to harness much-needed revenue, which is usually lost to international markets. Tapiwa Machemedze, ZBC News, Mvorwi.
Well, we now cross over to our Montrose studios where we join Arthur Evans. It's a good evening to you, Arthur, and Merry Christmas to you.
Well, thank you so much, Justin. Well, from promoting tourism, we talk about promoting safety. Police have partnered the Traffic Safety Council in a traffic safety awareness campaign in Bulawayo as part of efforts to reduce road carnage this festive season. Our reporter Grace Sibanda has more.
One of the country's busiest roads, the Bulawayo Beitbridge Road, which has become a hotspot for accidents in recent years, especially during the festive season, was the target for the Zimbabwe Republic Police and the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe's awareness campaign. Motorists who were traveling along the highway pledged to follow the road rules to ensure they arrive alive and prioritize the lives of other road users.
Careful. If you are not careful, then it's up to us to save our lives or the passengers, or my lives of my passengers. As traveling, not drinking and driving, we can be very sober. Speed circle is within 120 or below. Don't overload. And no stress.
Ngati drive zvakanaka. Ti consider vamwe murodi tive neketesi kana mumwe akakanganisa, don't revenge, let's drive to save lives.
Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe board member Mrs. Tambudzai Madzivire noted that most accidents witnessed along the country's roads were mainly caused by human error.
We are asking our drivers to be aware of the cattle on the road. It's also part of the causes of the accident, but also most of them are to do with human errors. So we want to encourage people to say, when you are tired, you need to take a rest.
Officer Commanding Police of Bulawayo Province, Commissioner Dr. Wycliffe Makamache, implored the motoring public to be cautious on the road to reduce carnage this festive season.
We are saying to all motorists, please observe the road rules. Respect life. Respect property. so that we will get into year 2025 together.
Meanwhile, the campaign also saw the police cautioning the public to be vigilant as the festive season usually witnesses a surge in crimes such as burglary, theft, and rape. Grace Sibanda, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
The entire ZBC News team echoes those sentiments, whether you're traveling to Mazoe, Plumtree, or just around the corner. Please be safe on the roads. In other news, government's developmental agenda has gained traction in previously marginalized areas, with villagers in Bezel Bridge, Marange, appreciating the inclusive policies introduced by the Second Republic.
Villagers in Bezel Bridge, Marange, who attended ZANU-PF victory celebrations this Monday, had an opportunity to be appraised of the country's progress and development under the leadership of President Emmerson Mnangagwa. Guest of honor, Minister of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development, Senator Monica Muchangwa, noted that government efforts to improve livelihoods are taking an inclusive approach.
We are very grateful of the projects which the President is doing in the Second Republic. And the people of Zemunya Marange today had a lovely time. We enjoyed together, we danced together, we celebrated the victories, we celebrated the projects which the President is doing.
Women and girls are part of the National Development Matrix. Under the Second Republic, the country's economy has been on a growth trajectory, with numerous infrastructural projects having been completed, including construction of dams, roads, solarization of schools, hospitals and schools, among others.
Off to the Midlands we go, where the Gweru Mayor's Christmas Cheer Fund has roped youths in through various activities meant to assist the less privileged. Tafara Chikumira has more.
It was entertainment galore at Gweru's showgrounds as the Gweru Mayor's Christmas Cheer Fund lined up an array of activities aimed at attracting youths to be part of the noble cause, which is usually a preserve for the elderly and the business community. The event witnessed a sold-out crowd, which was treated to some burnhouse and contemporary music, with Holy 10 and Pop 10 proving to be the crowd's favorites. The city fathers were targeting to raise an ambitious figure of 50,000 United States dollars for the less privileged this year, say they've come up with the latest innovations to attract youth to be part of the noble cause.
Because of HIV, coronavirus. So naizvozvo tafunga kuti tikaunganidzawo vechidiki nemaburnouts anga achiitwa nana Holy 10 vanenge vari pano, zvinoita izvo kuti vanhu vakawanda vauye vasapote chirongwa ichi. Maproceeds atiri kuwana pano imari yatichatora tichibatsira vanotambura.
The Gweru community was amazed by the various activities that were on display at the fun-filled day.
Aiwa vanhu vabata basa ava vakaipa mdzara ende toshikurudzira dei vakaramba vachiuya every week vanhu maona tarisai chero crowd yese vanhu vese vari kungofara nanhasi.
Today was the greatest day, like pumping my burnouts, nobody got hurt.
Gweru Mayor's Christmas Cheer Fund, an annual event, is meant to ensure vulnerable communities also enjoy the festive season with joy, dignity and care. Tafara Chikumira, ZBC News, Gweru.
And of course, enjoying responsibly is the theme throughout the Christmas holidays. We continue with our main news from our Pocket Hill studios. My name is Arthur Sevens for the Montrose News Desk.
Many thanks, Arthur. Now, hundreds of people from Murewa West constituency have benefited from a free 4-day eye medical outreach program. Villagers praised organizers for bringing healthcare to their doorstep.
For Gogo Lilian Mushore of Ward 18 under Murewa Road District Council, the cost associated with eye treatment was giving her sleepless nights. However, this is now a thing of the past for her and fellow villagers after a free medical outreach program organized by area legislator Honorable Farai Jere, who teamed up with optometrists and dispensing opticians to offer free services at Musami Mission Hospital.
Pakutenda kwakanyanyisa nekuti tabatsirwa naona Honorable Jere pachena kutariswa maziso yekuvua nawo rubatsiro rwemagirazi zvinova zvinhu zvazvakaremawo.
Vazhinji tinoshaya tiriko kumisha uko, asi nekuda kwekushaya tiri kushaya rubatsiro rwekuti tiwane kubhadhara mari.
Dambudziko rekuona kana ndichiverenga, saka ndabatsirwawo zvakare ipapa kuti ndigone kuwana maspectacles andinoshandisa kuverenga nekuona.
Honorable Jerry said the outreach program seeks to guarantee a healthy society.
Murikuona basa ratinaro pano, takaona kuti vanhu vedu vaita matambudziko anogara achipinda muvane makataratsi emaziso etsanga ekuti munhu anosvika pakusaona nenyaya yekuti tsanga inenge yatambarara yazara mumaziso. Ndobva tagara pasi ndobva tati tingaite sei kuti vanhu vedu vabatsirike, patei tiri marallies mena teichiona matambudziko ane vanhu. Ndozvinhu zvakatinspire.
The medical outreach was also extended to other wards in Goromonzi district, including Mwanza, which fall under Murewa West constituency. Gerald Sasa, ZBC News, Murewa.
With the Second Republic prioritizing social safety nets, Christmas came early for Mavoko Tafara residents who received food hampers sourced by local leadership this Tuesday.
In a heartwarming effort to support different families and vulnerable groups in society this festive season, residents of Mavoko Tafara were cushioned by food hampers courtesy of the area's legislator, Honorable Pedzisai Scott Sakupkanya.
Zvakatikoshera zvisingaite. Zvikuru tichatoona pekutangira ipapo.
Tikunzwa kufara. Mufunge vatiropafadza Mwari vavaitire zvakanaka. Varambe vaine moyo iwoyu.
Vati munhu wese ngasvike pano ndimupe Christmas box yake. Mahamba ari kwamuri kuona mune hupfu hurimo, mune shuga, mune rice zvakasiyana siyana.
Vauya kudaro nemahamba aya ari kupuhwa vanhu eChristmas box havana kutsvaga kuti uyu anobvepi kana kuti uyu akamira sei.
Mabasa takasiya kudhara manje matidaliso matipromota.
Zvinotobatsira zvakanyanya. Bosi kutaura chokwadi zvimwe zvinhu vanhu takaomerwa. Vamwe tatisorina kana mari dzekutenga shuga yacho.
The program saw at least 13,000 food hampers being distributed to different families.
Gore rinoiri tatongotangira pama-ages 50 years and above. Tinosungotangira kuma-75 zvichienda mberi. Asi this year vati aiwa munhu wese wemumabvuku Tafara constituency. Ndofunga maona vanhu kuwanda kwavanga vakaita. Tatozotangira pa-40 years.
The packages comprised mealie meal, cooking oil and sugar, among other foodstuffs. John Nandara, ZBC News, Harare.
We break for business. Stay with us.
Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation is seeking a commercially astute and visionary chief executive officer with the highest level of integrity to lead the organization into the next phase of transformation. The ideal candidate should have a proven track record of business transformation, high business acumen, a strong digital aptitude, and the ability to identify and mitigate risks.
Success in this role hinges on a strong foundation in effective corporate governance, a deep understanding of business strategy, innovation, digital transformation, and customer centricity.
Closing date for applications is 3 January 2025. For more details, visit our website www.zbc.co.zw.
With joy, we celebrate your arrival, a journey that NASA knows well, delivering on the promise to support all Zimbabweans. We celebrate your every milestone, those present and long gone, yet written in time, providing monthly benefits and unwavering commitment. NASA, striving always for exceptional customer experience. You grow under watchful eyes of compassion of NASA. Promoting occupational safety and health. From curious to adulthood, NASA leading with solid investments. Let's celebrate heroes that see the vision, grow with the promise. Let's celebrate communities with reimagined innovative solutions. Let's celebrate as heroes together for our country. NASA, a lifelong promise.
If you drink, be responsible.
This is your traffic and road safety highlight with some valuable road safety tips for the rainy season. Reduce your speed to match the road conditions. Shift into a low gear to maintain control on slippery roads and avoid hard braking. Gradually slow down instead of sudden braking. Remember, safety first. Exercise extra caution during rainy conditions to ensure your safety and the safety of others on the road. This message is brought to you by the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe in collaboration with Zinara.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We now get into business. Government is targeting to double its gold mobilization initiative to enhance production of the yellow metal to reach over 40 tons next year.
The Ministry of Mines and Mining Development is sending teams in major gold mining regions throughout the country, working with small and medium-scale miners to promote and incentivize more gold production. Speaking at a gold mobilization workshop recently, Mines and Mining Development Minister Honorable Winston Chitando said this year's targeted output of 35 tons of gold will be achieved.
When we had the last gold mobilization in October, the deliveries went up to 4.17 tons. November, 3.7 tons. So we'd like that to think that this increased the deliverance for October was to a large extent due to the gold to the gold mobilization intervention. We have had these gold mobilization programs for quite a while now, and we believe that they have helped quite a lot for us to get to the 32 tons which we have for now, and definitely we'll get over the 35-ton target we set ourselves.
Minister Chitando said his ministry has set sights on doubling their efforts in 2025.
We will intensify gold mobilization for 2025. As you are aware, the gold is one of the anchors of our currency, the ZiG. So it's important that we maximize on deliveries and the gold mobilization program.
Gold mining continues to provide a silver lining for the entire mining sector, which had suffered this year from softening prices of a few selected commodities. However, the anticipated trend of firm gold prices next year is set to further spur the growth of the mining sector. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Harare.
And now we turn to the arts, where newly crowned National Zim Dancehall King, Gweru, also known as Silent Skiller, is making waves on social media, with the 21-year-old confident that his victory is a new dawn for his career.
Born Conald Mzarawetu, Gweru's lyrical prowess and style of chanting has gained him fans across the country, earning him the title Zim Dancehall King. The 21-year-old chanter from Harare's Warren Park D suburb, who sounds more like the original Gweru, Silent Killer, says he is taking a leaf from the best.
Since 2017, ndopatatanga kunzwa ngoma dzemkomana, Silent Killer, mashoko katava tangoti handitodzidza kuchikoro School of Hard Knocks. Mamba ndaitomborota kana vanhu vakandiunganira ndichiimba saiye. Saka mbacho ndaitozotomuka ngoma dzai dzanditodziziva malines andanomabatanidza zvokutoti geto razosvika pakuzotosimbisa kuti aiwa utori mahwani wadiwa mboendo ikoko kuri kufambira vamwe.
With drug and substance abuse associated with the Zimdanzo genre, Gweru Light addresses the concerns.
Isusu hatingambofe takaita zvemadrugs seno tuchi tomadrugs. Isusu tinofamba tiri kugospel, kugo and spell the word pakatichi God or Judge my Lord.
Surprisingly, the chanter can easily transition from secular music to gospel.
Musasaiza Mwari, imi musasaiza Mwari, anoponesa vanorwara nekensa nepfari.
The community is proud of Gweru Light's achievements.
Apana imbozi expect. Kufara zvisingaite mufaro chete chete.
Tofara aiwa ndewedu mkoma.
Ngasingatombozi expect taitofunga kuti pamwechi ndezvekutamba.
Gweru Light has already started dropping hits, with ghetto youths having something to dance to this Christmas. And as if to prove he can actually flow without thinking too hard, he dropped a little number for this news crew.
Inini ndangantorizi. Ndakaverenga ABC. Ndipo pandakaona kuti kamera yakabva yabatidzwa neveku ZBC. Ndakatovhunduka kuti chi? Asi ndakaramba ndirizi.
Fungai Jachi, ZBC News, Harare.
Gweru Light there for you. Wow, wow. It seems to be growing, and I believe and we can see that the future is indeed big for the young lad. We will be taking a break. When we come back, we'll look at sport.
The Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation is seeking a commercially astute and results-oriented commercial services director to lead the commercial operations of the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation, ZBC. The ideal candidate should have strong financial acumen, proven experience in driving revenue growth, and a deep understanding of the broadcasting industry's commercial landscape. Closing date for applications is 3 January 2025. For more details, visit our website www.zbc.co.zw.
2018 kuwile ve-EU vayikhomane ne-SAT, nga-Sustainable Agricultural Technology. Vanhu valava va yi dyondzisile mhaka ya world conflicts mukudeliwa hi tihomu, hi timhisi na tinghala. Ta swi vula ku ya hikwalaho va yi dyondzisile mahlayiselo ya tihomu ta hina ku hi fanele aka swivala swi nga tiya leswi swi vekiwa ma-electric fence. Ta swi vula hi kumile ma-opportunities ko tala u kota ku save tihomu ta hina kumbe ku endla start ma-own programs ta hina, ma-own project ta hina ku fana ne butchery. Ya ha ri kwalaho ni khensa ngopfu hi mhaka ku village ya hina ya Mihlanguleni so far ya tiva ku a hi fanele ku hlupheka hina tihomu, kasi loko hi ne nhluvuko ndhawini ya hina, we are empowered.
Get your business ready for the festive season with ZBC. Join us for the ZBC Mega Festive Business Promotion running from the 1st of November of 2024 all the way to January 31 of 2025. Enjoy an incredible cash discount of over 50% across all ZBC platforms. This is your opportunity to make your business shine. So celebrate with ZBC and watch your business thrive by simply booking your spot right now. For more information, call Tandeka on 0719 594 426 or Martha on 0719 593 532 or Precious on 0719 593 510 or email tandeka.mubi@zbc.co.zw. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Time now for sport. Premier Soccer League chairperson Farai Jere has decided to let football be the winner after accepting the decision of the ZIFA Ethics Committee to bar him from contesting the 25 January Executive Committee elections.
Honorable Farai Jere, a former legislator Themba Mliswa, Prophet Walter Magai and former Warriors captain Benjani Marwari were excluded from contesting the ZIFA elections. Following his exclusion, Jere quickly sought explanation from ZIFA on why he was omitted from the contesting candidates and was furnished with the details this Tuesday morning.
My O-level certificates and my A-level certificates, they had different names. So during the submission of my application, I should have submitted together with my notification of change of name, which was published in the Government Gazette in 2002.
Quizzed on why he's not exercising his right of appeal, Jere said he wants football to be the winner.
The 5 O-levels, I've got them. I've got A-levels on top of that. I've got degrees on top of that. I could have gone all the way to CAS and win this case easily, even my lawyers, even my advisors. But why do we have to keep on dragging our football and not move in one direction to make sure that there's change? We get that money which is needed for our country, for our football to go to another level. Let those who have been nominated come and do the job for us, and I would like to wish them well.
Other candidates, including Benjani Marware, have also demanded answers from ZIFA, but ZBC understands that all the 4 candidates have since been finished with explanations on why they have been barred from contesting. The new ZIFA statutes allow for a aggrieved party to appeal at a higher body. However, since the vetting and integrity checks were done and forwarded to the World Football Governing Body FIFA's Governance Audit and Compliance Committee, all appeals must be directed to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS. So far, 6 candidates are set to battle it out for the ZIFA presidency. These include Business Executive Ngobile Magwizi, Northern Region Chairperson Martin Kweza, a former ZIFA board member Philemon Machana, Team Zimbabwe UK CEO Marshall Gore, a former PSO Chairperson Twine Piri, and a former footballer Makwinje Piri. Lawrence Trusira, ZBC News, Harare.
Now from soccer to cricket, where the Zimbabwe senior cricket team, the Chevrons, are seeking a change of fortunes when they face Afghanistan in a one-off test match starting on Boxing Day. More details in the upcoming report.
It is massive learning to be taken from experiences like this. It's also, if it doesn't break you, and it might break 1 or 2, right? But if it doesn't break you, it's going to make you stronger. So they're going to come out of this better for it. In terms of, like, do we have the resources? Well, you've got to make a plan. You know, if there's no time, there's no time. You've got to find a way. If we've got 2 days before a test match, we better use those 2 days as best we can and fully utilize the time that we have available. You know, fully utilize the expertise in the room that we have available. And we've got to keep encouraging players to share and create a learning environment.
Well, that story there on cricket, putting a cap on our look at sport, and also bring us to the end of this bulletin. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made the headlines. President Emmerson Mnangagwa has called for responsible behavior during the holiday break.
Government sets ambitious target to double gold output in 2025.
And in sport, Farai Jere puts football first, accepting verdict barring him from contesting ZIFA presidency.
And that's a wrap from all of us here at our Pocket Hill studios and, of course, the Montrose team. Have a wonderful night.
Good night.